Well, this first minute could be the most important one for Hibbing. They're still on the power play, trailing Edina 2-0. They need to capitalize here real soon.
It certainly is very important for him. As we said last night, you don't like to give up a goal late in the period or early in the period. And Edina with a man short, Nanny in the penalty box for hooking. Hibbing having the opportunity to close the gap to 1 goal.
Pat Iozzo goes to center as the Hibbing Blue Jackets are on the power play. Puck cleared down into Hibbing territory, and this is Big Tom Hansen moving out over to Iozzo, and Iozzo streaks down the line. Iozzo tried to cut in, being watched there by Mendel, drops it back. It's Iozzo again. Cross to Hansen. Hansen puts it in front. Iozzo there. The shot steered aside by Schwartzbauer. Under a minute left in the penalty to Marty Nanny, and play has been whistled down, and we'll get a face-off outside the blue line as the puck was directly in with the glove.
That's one kind of whistle you don't want when you're in the power play. There's no use just moving that puck to your man with the hand, because you're going to get a stoppage of play and you're going to lose the face-off. It's coming outside of the opposition zone, comes outside Edina's zone like that, because Hibbing passed that puck with the hand, and you lose a lot of territory. You've got to work yourself back in the zone. It's much better to just lie there, let the man handle it, and hope that one of your teammates can get on him quick enough to check him.
Iozzo gets the draw, flips it in on the right wing. That's Andrikin there. Andrikin back to Iozzo. Now to the point to Jerry Kristoff. He leaves it for Iozzo. Into the corner, Andrikin. Maralt is out front. Andrikin trying to come out front. Comes back to Kristoff as Andrikin knocked down. Here's a shot, is blocked. Kristoff again, and his shot doesn't get through, and Edina breaks out. A long lead pass. As the Hornets come down ice, Dornbach along with Hatch, and that is broken up. So it comes to Nick Andrikin. Andrikin lost the puck in front, and he took a swing at Dornbach, who's doing a great job of forechecking. Just 10 seconds now left in the penalty to Nanny. Time for one more rush. This is Iozzo down ice. Iozzo taken to the boards by Terwilliger. Dornbach is there. They try to clear it. It comes out, and Nanny had the puck slide behind him. He was heading for the bench, and the puck slid down ice behind him. Here's Nanny falling behind the net, and Hansen picks it up, but play has been whistled down. Well, the coach tells you to skate right to the bench, and that's what he did, and that time the puck was iced right behind him.
Well, he's got to go back to the zone to play the puck before he gets the opportunity in high school hockey, and that's why he was offside. He should have just left it, not even gone for it, and allowed the goaltender to play it, because that's an offside play. And of course, he let it go, then he goes back to the play. There's no use going back for it.
13:24 left in the second period. It's 2-0 for the Edina Hornets. Puck slides down into Blue Jacket territory. Nikolov around the boards, broken up. Here's a pass in front. Hankinson just rolled it wide. Puck comes back to the point for Chris Bonvino. Bonvino across ice. Terwilliger fan on the shot. Grillo steals it. It comes to Catani down ice. Catani centers it out in front, and Hankinson was there. Up to Marty Nanny. On his wrong wing, Nanny checked from behind. The puck slides into Hibbing territory. After it is Kaler. Kaler can't get control of the puck, and Hibbing shoots it out to center. Mendel across for Vellner, broken up by Catani, who couldn't get control of it. And Edina just knocks it down ice, and this slides past Richie Bryant. Bryant over to Bo Nikolov. Nikolov sends it forward. Catani can't take the pass. And it's shot ahead to Kaler. Check that, Dave Sarp now. Sarp is out. He is taken to the boards, and play whistle down. There's a break in the action, and we'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
On radio, you can talk to your customers for a whole minute, if they're listening. When people are ready to buy, they use the Yellow Pages.
12:17 left in the second period. 2-0 Edina as Steve Vellner shoots it down ice. John Hajduk stopped it behind the goal, kept in by Ranheim. Ranheim fires it back into the corner. After it is Craig Shepard. Shepard drops it back to Steve Vellner. Vellner knocks it around the boards. In behind the net, Bill Mork working for it. Mork to the boards, and he loses control. Vellner's shot right in front, and Mork deflects it wide. Mork takes his man to the boards. Ranheim is in after it. And finally, Hibbing gets control. They can't clear the zone, however. Puck in front. It's loose, and it's whistled down as the puck slid into the net, but play had been called.
And the face-off will come outside. He figured he played it ahead with his hand. Face-off outside. And Hajduk just relaxing on his net, knowing the play meant nothing. Even though the puck ends up behind you, if the whistle blows, it doesn't count. You see Coach Bill Olsen trying to get his players up, telling them to keep playing the way you played in the first period. You had a great deal of spark. You were forechecking well. You were moving the puck. You got a lot of time left in this hockey game. Don't stop now.
Bill Olsen said if his team does have problems with anything, it's getting too emotional. And I find that surprising in a state tournament. All the other teams certainly get emotional. This is a very composed crew, and maybe that's why they play better and better as the game wears on. Here's Greg Dornbach for Edina. His pass from Mullen is broken up, and Tom Hansen takes over. Good-looking defenseman. Hansen, a right-wing pass for Grillo, goes too far. Cleared around the boards by Bonvino, kept in at the point, a shot in front, and Anderkin was standing there and couldn't deflect it in behind Schwartzbauer. Mullen has trouble with it as Hibbing starts to forecheck. Maralt falls as he lost control, and Dornbach starts back. Here's a 3-on-2. Jerry Mullen steps over the line with Dornbach. Back to Mullen. Mullen centers it, and Hansen recovered and knocks the puck around the boards. Tom Terwilliger knocks it into the corner, and finally up with it is Jerry Kristoff. And he dumps it out to center. Here's a break for Anderkin. Anderkin behind Bonvino shooting, and Schwartzbauer makes the save.
A good save by Schwartzbauer on Anderkin coming in all alone. Who was behind Bonvino. Schwartzbauer just cut that angle off, stayed in his ground, didn't give him anything to shoot at.
There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
You see Andrikin coming in from the side. Look at Schwartzbauer standing right there, not coming out too far, but far enough to give him no angle at all, making the save.
The way Andrikin's played lately, he must believe he can't let anything in. He's just playing brilliant hockey, but now Hibbing with pressure. A shot from the point is knocked down, and Mendel knocks it down ice. So the Blue Jackets with pressure there. Nikolov behind his net, taken to the boards. A centering pass goes off the mesh, and play is whistled down once again.
Well, Hibbing, whenever they get the puck behind the net, when they're getting a little pressure on them, Edina coming with wings from both sides. They're going to have to move that puck quickly, otherwise they're going to get trapped back there.
From the faceoff, Hinkinson went after it, but it comes out to center. Clojo just missed the lead pass, and it's cleared back into Blue Jacket territory. Richie Bryant with it around the boards. Clojo lets it go, and here come the Blue Jackets. The puck shot down ice by Catani. Taken to the boards is Vellner, and he may be slow to get up. Steve Vellner went crashing into the boards, and he's shaken up a bit.
Seemed like he might have hurt his arm a little bit. His leg, he lost his balance as he was going back. He was trying to lean in to get the puck, get possession of the puck, and move. He just wasn't able to do it without losing his balance.
With the score, Edina 2 and Hibbing nothing. This is Hockey 84, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
In investments, it is the quality of knowledge, service, and expertise that makes Merrill Lynch Merrill Lynch. So isn't it reassuring to find the same professionalism at Merrill Lynch Realty? Today's real estate market requires the kind of thoughtful guidance we put into the delicate nuances of financing and value to provide you with an unparalleled sense of security. Talk to the people at Merrill Lynch Realty and see why we are the Merrill Lynch of realtors.
You'll see Vellner right here. He knows he's got a man on him. He's trying to lean in to protect the puck with his body, at the same time get possession of the puck. He just leaned in a little too far, lost his balance, ran into the net. You see him, or into the boards. You see him on the bench right now, just favoring his arm a little bit, but I feel he's going to be okay.
Goals 37 seconds apart in the first period by Tom Terwilliger and Jay Moore have Edina up on top by a score of 2-0. Here's Mike Vidmar against the boards, keeping it in for Hibbing, and now it's shot out to center. And play whistled down as the puck was knocked down with a high stick. And it will come back into Blue Jacket territory.
In high school hockey, they bring the puck all the way back down into your own zone. And right now, Hibbing's going to have a face-off to their right of goaltender Haiduki.
Fourth line for Hibbing out. Kelly Este along with John Schwartz and Pat Gazic. Schwartz had a goal in the victory over St. Cloud Apollo yesterday. Puck back to the point for Heinrich, and he can't keep it in. Now it's shot back in the zone. A delayed offside upcoming, and it's whistled down.
Well, it's much better to put that puck back in the zone when you're being pressured like that as a defenseman. The pass comes back to you slowly. One of the Hibbing forwards right out on top of Heinrich. He might as well put that puck back in the zone. The worst that can happen is you get a delayed offside or an immediate offside. At least you get a face-off rather than having the puck stolen from you.
Jay Moore at center for Edina, and they fire it right in. Jeff Johnson knocking it down ice, and Tom Hansen has it for the Blue Jackets. Hibbing working their way out of the zone, flipping it to center, but Heinrich knocks it right back in. This is Jerry Kristoff around the boards on the right wing. John Hagan has it there, leaves it for Kasner. Kasner knocks it into the zone. Going after it is Hagan, beaten to the puck by Edina, and here comes Dave Sarp. Sarp and Moore are broken up, and back in comes Hansen. His pass broken up. Hansen gets it again on the backhand out in front. Closure scores!
And a big play by Tom Hansen, keeping that puck in, making a fake, bringing the puck to the middle as he draws everyone over to him and gives it to Closure. Closure on a backhand shot through a screen. Schwarzbauer not having an opportunity to see that puck very well. Has it go by him. As we see Hibbing cut the margin to 1. Here's the puck kept in by Hansen. He moves to the middle now. Backhand pass to Closure, who's cutting across the middle. And as Schwarzbauer is leaning to his left, going with Closure. Here's the puck right here, stolen by Hansen. Back to Closure. And look at Schwarzbauer lean to his left. At that moment, Closure with the backhand shot, putting it by him on the near side. Right there. Hibbing trailing by 1, 2-1 Edina.
In some ways an unusual goal. The pass was a backhand and the shot was a backhand.
It might have even deflected off someone in front. It seemed to change directions there. There's so many bodies in front of the net.
6 minutes, 21 seconds time of the goal. Closure, Hansen, and Kristoff get assists. Let's see how that affects the momentum for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. They trail 2-1, the puck in Edina territory. Steve Veldner back on the ice. Mendel takes a hit as he was sandwiched against the boards, but Edina manages to get it outside the blue line. But you can see Hibbing has picked up. Here's Iozo in. Back pass for Andrikin, just failed to get through. Iozo from the corner out in front. Tried to chop at the puck with one hand on the stick, and it's not wide. Now Bill Mork trying to clear the zone. Can't do it as Hibbing keeps it in. A second try by the Hornets, and finally they get it to center.
They got too many men on the ice, and they're going to be called for it. Hibbing player was jumping on for a line change. The fellow going off saw the puck, decided to play the puck, and they had 6 men on the ice.
Maybe they had too much emotion that time.
They were putting on a great deal of pressure.
With the score, Edina 2, Hibbing 1. This is Hockey 84.
14
live
Blue
from the
is
St.
serving
Paul
a minor
Civic Center.
penalty, bench penalty, for too many men on the ice.
When you're plugged into the Northwestern Bell Information Network, you're not just plugged into the biggest network in your office, or the biggest in town, or the biggest in the country. When you're plugged into Northwestern Bell, you're plugged into the biggest information network in the world. If you have information to move, nothing moves more to more places more quickly, more reliably than the information network of Northwestern Bell.
And there's Pat Marold serving the too many men on the ice penalty that Hibbing was just assessed. Edina on the power play.
The momentum had just gone behind Hibbing. Let's see what Edina can do with the man advantage. The pass for Dornbach. He knifes it into the zone. Chasing after it is Jerry Mullen, along with Terwilliger, and they tie it up behind the goal for a faceoff.
The rule of thumb you use with too many men on the ice is when a player is coming off the ice and his man is replacing him and has hit the ice, the man going off the ice does not touch the puck. If he touches the puck, he's going to be called immediately for too many men on the ice. And that's what happened in this instance.
Catani and Zezel up front to kill the penalty for the Blue Jackets. From the faceoff, it comes back to Andy Hatch. Cross-ice pass. This is Ranheim. Ranheim sneaking down that left side. Dornbach fills at the blue line. The puck comes back to Dornbach. His pass for Hatch, and Catani got his stick on it. Andy Hatch. Cross-ice pass again for Ranheim. 1:21 left in the power play advantage for Edina. Very tentative as they set it up to Dornbach.
They want to hit Hatch here, 18.
Playing a triangle, as you can see. They feed it across for Hatch. It goes into the corner. Hatch moves in. That's Terwilliger with the puck. Hatch is taken down, or did he take somebody down? There's a shot. They score, but I don't think this will count.
It was a delayed penalty being called against Hibbing. Hibbing was going to get another penalty called against him for interference down in front of the net. But at that moment, the puck went across to Ranheim, a fine pass, an excellent shot. He released it immediately, beating Hajduk. You'll see down by Hajduk's
11, 15, and 5 assists.
The penalty right here is going to be called as Hatch got cross-checked in the mouth as he was down. But now the pass comes across from Terwilliger. Terwilliger gives it to Ranheim, who shoots it immediately, beating Hajduk. Should read Hatch and Terwilliger on the assist. Ranheim the goal. He dined up 3-1.
Well, a big goal for Edina. 6:44 left in the second period.
So Edina capitalizing on the power play again. Very deadly power play when you get that puck over to Hatch or Ranheim on the side, the way they release it so quickly.
Here's Pat Ioso, a lead pass for Nick Andrikin as Hibbing tries to get back within one. Andrikin just couldn't get a shot away. Terwilliger in the corner. Tom Terwilliger out on this right side. And the pass comes to Hankinson. Hankinson ahead for Kaler. Jerry Kaler tried the backhand pass, and that was intercepted. Now Hankinson follows up. Here's Kaler. Can he get a shot away? Kaler has the puck slide off his stick to the corner. He goes to the boards. Moving in is Hankinson. Back to the point for Bob Mendel. Mendel back in and around the boards as Edina goes right back on the attack, leading 3-1 with 6 minutes to play in the second period. Manny now forechecking, takes down his man. Hankinson there. The Hornets bottling up the Blue Jackets, and finally the puck comes out to center. Mendel clears it right back in. Going back to get it is Bo Nikolov. Around the boards, and there's a tremendous hit by Bonvino. Shaken up a bit on the play is Andrikin. A lead pass for Ioso is broken up, and Bonvino fires it right back in. That Bonvino can really dish out the body check. Here's a puck right over front. They score! So Edina has opened up the floodgates and leads 4-1.
Well, some strong forechecking behind the net, getting that puck out front to Nanny. Nanny standing all alone in the slot area. Released it quickly, putting Edina up 4-1.
That third line continues to come through big for the Hornets.
Well, you see the play right here. Ranheim working hard behind the net, centering it very quickly to Nanny, standing all alone in front. He just lets fly down low on Hajduk's left, put it by Hajduk. And an excellent play right there by Ranheim, maintaining composure to get the puck after he was spun, knocked down. He fights hard for it, loses balance. Look at this. He still gets that puck away right out front to Nanny, who beats Hajduk on the far side.
Marty Nanny with his second goal of the tournament. Ranheim had 2 goals and an assist yesterday. He has a goal and 2 assists today, and the Hornets lead 4-1. Here comes Edina back on the attack again. Shepard in front for Mork, and he just couldn't get his shot away. So the Blue Jackets have to come from behind. Kasner on the right side to Hagen, back to Kasner, shooting wide. Hagen in front, and it went over the stick of Clojo. Now the Blue Jackets coming to the attack. Clojo fighting for it in the corner, but the puck comes loose, and here comes Ranheim. Clearing it into Hibbing territory and heading for the bench for a line change. Clojo up ahead for Kasner. That's broken up. Back in comes Mullen. He couldn't get loose. Mullen steals the puck. He'll try it again. get by Vidmar, and the Blue Jackets knock it down the ice, and they make a line change. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-1, Edina over Hibbing. Here's Katani knocking it in over the line, and Tom Terwilliger, the big defenseman for the Hornets, back to get it. He's taken to the boards. Puck comes to the point. Kristoff puts it into the slot area, and it's intercepted by the Hornets there and knocked into the corner where Henrik will take over. Heinrich loses control of it. Out on the right side, given away by Mullen. Mullen gets it again, and this time he'll carry it out of the zone. Mullen ahead to Dornbach over the line. Dornbach racing right in, shooting, and he hit the goal post.
What an effort by Dornbach, cutting through the defense and getting a good shot away.
There's a shot at the other end by Katani, and Schwartzbauer will hold on. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Only your independent Lennox dealer has the most efficient gas furnace yet developed, the Lennox Pulse. Call George at Frederickson Heating and Air Conditioning to find out more.
Play underway with 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. 4-1, Edina leading Hibbing. Paul Ranheim has a goal and 2 assists. He's the leading scorer in the tournament with 3 goals and 3 assists. In the center zone, the Blue Jackets fire it down ice, and Chris Bonvino is back to get it. He's bumped but gets it ahead, and here comes little Jay Moore, who scored in the first period. Moore can't get loose, and it's knocked back down into Edina territory. Kept in at the line by the Blue Jackets. John Zezel is there. He tried to kick it forward. Now trying to come in over the line is Nikolov. Nikolov trying to cut around the defenseman. Centers it out in front. Schwartzbauer can't clear it. There's the shot. Schwartzbauer the save, and the rebound is knocked to the corner. Close call there, and Schwartzbauer continues to shine.
Schwartzbauer making an outstanding save. Hibbing putting on all kinds of pressure, just got thwarted again. They've had 2 great chances in the last 2 minutes. The first one by Claudio on the open net. He's going to be dreaming about that one for a while.
Now Edina knocks it down ice, and that's icing with 2:16 remaining in period number 2.
Well, Schwartzbauer was left all alone, and he had to beat the shooter in that one, and he came up big again. Schwartzbauer has been very, very strong throughout this tournament whenever he was tested, and especially today, because Hibbing keeps coming after you. They never quit. They've got excellent speed up front. They're tenacious. They work hard for that puck, and when they get it around the net, they're dangerous.
Iozo on the draw. It comes loose. Maralt just put it wide of the goal. That was a dangerous shot by Maralt right off the faceoff. Now it comes back down ice. Henkinson taken off the puck. And Jerry Kristoff. For big Gazic. Gazic on the wing. He goes to the boards. Manny in forechecking. Has the puck. Tried to center it. And the Blue Jackets take over and knock it out to center ice. This is Andrikin stepping over the line with Iozo. Iozo is after it. Loose puck. Maralt follows up, overskated it. And Hankinson takes over. A lead pass to Jerry Kaler. Here's Kaler over the line. Haney trying to catch up. Kaler behind the net. Centers it out in front. It's loose. Hajduk trying to jump on it. And finally, play whistle down. And you can see the puck in the back of the net. But play had been called.
Well, once the referee loses sight of the puck, he's right to blow that whistle. He's got to blow the whistle immediately, because he can't allow people to stand around the goaltender and keep jabbing at it, hoping to get free. You see Kaler coming wide. He looks back. He's looking for Nanny to give it to. Nanny coming late, so Kaler decides to go around the net, tries to center it to him. As it does, it gets deflected. Now it's down in a melee between Hajduk, Nanny, and Hankinson, and Maralt right there. And finally, the referee blows the whistle. It was down there for quite some time.
Another reason the goal was disallowed is because it was gloved in. That's one way to get it over the red line.
You didn't see anybody shooting the stick with it, that's for sure.
A minute 23 left in the second period. It is 4-1. Edina leading Hibbing. Craig Shepard trying to knock the puck loose, but it is frozen for a face-off as John Hagan fell on the puck. Well, Hibbing scored 5 times in the third period yesterday, but it will be tough to do so against Edina today. Of course, they only need 3 to tie.
And not finished with this period yet. They still got time to get a goal if they get something mustered up there.
Tom Hansen behind the net. Puck centered out in front. Hajduk has to jump on the loose puck.
Edina centering that puck blindly sometimes right in front. And if they're not careful, somebody can pick it off and catch a couple forwards deep. If you have nothing to do with it and you don't know if anyone's open, you might as well just keep moving along behind the net until you spot someone open. At this stage of the game, when there's only a minute left to go in the period, don't blind pass anything out front because you might be putting the opposition on a 3-on-2 break.
There you see John Hajduk, who wants to be a dentist when his hockey career is all over.
I had the same thoughts. That's how I ended up in Minnesota. These hands don't work of mine.
Here's Hibbing looking for a late goal that might inspire them in the third period, but the puck cleared out to center, and Bill Mork has it for Edina. Mork can't get over the line, and back come the Blue Jackets once again. This is Clojo fanning on the shot. Katani behind the net. Katani has it once again, trying to backhand it in front, but he is checked. And Tom Terwilliger takes over. Terwilliger knocks it into the neutral zone with under 30 seconds to play in the period. Hibbing firing right back in. The Hornets don't want to make any mistakes in their defensive zone at this point. Here's Nikolov keeping it in. He works his way in, drops the pass for Katani. Katani works it back to the point. Here comes the shot. Bryant, and Schwartzbauer made the save. Terwilliger trying to clear the zone. 3 seconds left. And Hibbing's going to run out of time. So a good period for the Edina Hornets as they head to the dressing rooms after 40 minutes of play, leading by the score of 4-1.
Well, it's always better to go in the dressing room with a lead, but that last minute of play, they allowed Hibbing to have some opportunity. Edina getting a little casual, a little complacent in their own zone, going by people with the puck, just reaching for the puck rather than taking the man. When you do that, you're going to give the other team a lot of opportunities.
Let's go down to Sports Control and join Ralph John Fritz and Mark Rosen.
Well, you just can't afford to let Edina get on that power play. They are just awesome. That too many men on the ice penalty for Hibbing really cost him, because Paul Ranheim, who has been certainly one of the big stars in this tournament, came through with the goal that put him ahead 3-1. Marty Nanny with the big 4th goal, so Hibbing's got a lot of work cut off for him in that third period.
I thought when Jeff Clojo did score for Hibbing, I thought that deflated Edina a little bit, but they came right back and got the 2 quick goals.
Good balance on Edina this year. That has been their key all year, and something about being under the bright lights at the St. Paul Civic Center during this tournament has got all those guys jacked up right now, because they're all 4 lines, in fact, are flying for the Hornets right now.
It's really turned them on. So it's 4-1 now, the lead for Edina, and Hibbing really with a monumental task to come back, especially with the defense of Edina and the fact that Chris Schwartzbauer has played so well the last 5 or 6 games.
Well, according to our statistics, Ralph, Edina has never lost a semifinal game in 15 previous appearances, so they have history going on their side also. Tom Hanneman is ready with his special guest. Tom?
A special guest indeed, Mark. The man I certainly associate Hibbing hockey with, George Perpich, who was coach of Hibbing for 29 years, from 1953 to 1982. George, to begin with, your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, Hibbing's having a lot of problems. I hope they can. They're usually good in the third period. I hope they can come around in the third period.
You got over 400 wins in your career. Do you find it difficult sitting in the stands watching games these days as opposed to the bench?
Well, you kind of miss it. You miss the kids and all the excitement. You get older, it's kind of hard to keep up interest and enthusiasm, but I still love it, especially high school athletics.
Well, I've been watching you at the end of the second period here, and it appears to me you've got a lot of enthusiasm left for the Hibbing hockey team.
This is one of the first years I haven't had a boy playing. I've had 4 boys, and they all played, and that kind of kept you going, too. And my wife said that I'm still kind of wild up there. She doesn't want to sit with me.
All right, George, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Back to Sports Control.
Okay, Tom, I was up in Hibbing last week watching their sectional final. George Perpich was up in the stands, which is an unusual role for him. He was just a nervous wreck up there. Can't get it out of your blood.
I guess hockey wives have really no difference from hockey moms, are they?
No, not.
Okay, it's 4-1 for Edina over Hibbing after 2 periods of play. This is continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
You nervous about the game tomorrow night?
Sure.
Worried about the party afterwards?
Huh?
We're in training, you know. And remember the last party? All the booze.
It's okay for ball players to drink. Have you seen the commercials on TV?
Yeah, but haven't you noticed? Notice what? In the commercials, man, all those ball players are retired.
Play it smart with your drinking. Don't retire before your time.
Getting to the top financially takes a TCF cash management checking account. You get high money market rates on every dollar, not just the amount over the minimum balance. You enjoy instant liquidity and easy access to all your money, too. TCF's insured cash management checking account. It's a top floor investment.
Introducing Dodge Daytona, Daytona Turbo, Daytona Turbo Z. Cars that will revolutionize your perspective of the American road. Standard 550 protection, fuel injected, front wheel drive, and 2 models turbocharged. The revolutionary Daytonas from Dodge. The American road will never look the same again.
We are Dodge and America's revolution.
Back at the St. Paul Civic Center, Ralph John Fritz with Mark Rose. We have a 4-1 score. Edina is leading Hibbing, the #1 team in the state, for most of the year after 2 periods of play here. And Mark, of course, the winner goes on to play either Kennedy or Johnson tomorrow night in the championship game. It looked as though Hibbing was coming back that second period.
Well, give credit to #2, their outstanding slick junior defenseman Tom Hansen, for setting up their first goal and the only goal scored against Edina so far in this tournament. Hansen with a nifty backhand pass over to Jeff Clojo, who in turn lifted another backhand shot over Schwartzbauer. Here's another look at it. Hansen, when I was up in Hibbing last week, Mike Sertich, the coach of Duluth, was already looking at this young man. Clojo with the backhand over Schwartzbauer, who is not in position to make the save, which has been a rare commodity so far.
There are those in hockey who say the backhand is a lazy man's pass. 2 in a row here.
Well, also, I think if you talk to a goalkeeper, he'll tell you it's the toughest shot to stop because you never know what direction it's going to take. But with the curved stick these days, it's difficult to perfect.
Well, for Edina, we've heard a lot of the names of Tom Terwilliger and Paul Ranheim, and they combined here. Number 15 is Terwilliger to number 11, Paul Ranheim, and he jams it home. Ranheim, one of the top players in the state, makes it 3-1 for the Edina Hornets.
Was impressed all in one motion there. Ranheim did not hesitate, and that's why Hajduk never got in position to stop it. And here's Ranheim again. Tenacity behind the net, centering it past to Marty Nanny, who slides it past Hajduk before he gets flattened in front of the net. But again, Paul Ranheim on his knees making the play to Marty Nanny, the junior winger, and he slaps it home.
Louis could have knocked that one in.
Perhaps.
But nonetheless, it gives the Edina Hornets a 4-1 lead. Nanny's second goal of this tournament.
Not many teams, I don't think, in the state would be capable of coming back from 3 goals to beat Edina. Hibbing may be one of the few. They do have an explosive team, but it's still going to be a very, very difficult task for them.
It's going to be a tall mountain to climb. It is 4-1 Edina over Hibbing after 2. And this is continuing coverage of the 1984 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Thinking about how to pay for college? Think TCF. TCF offers college loans for students and parents at below market rates. If you're a Minnesota resident, you can get a student loan to attend any college anywhere in the world. Or your parents can get the loan regardless of their income. So now every family, TCF customer or not, can get a low-rate college loan at TCF. Class dismissed. Hey, don't you wish every class was this short?
Dear Republic Airlines, my name is John Langenfeld. Because of Republic Airlines, our family of 7 got to go to San Diego. My dad does lots of traveling with your airline, so we used the tickets from your frequent flyer program to take our very first winter vacation. Thanks for your frequent flyer program, and thanks for taking good care of my dad.
Every year, Republic gets thousands of letters that really say the same thing. Nobody serves our Republic like Republic.
Northwestern Bell is part of the biggest information network in the world. It moves 90% of all business information, computer data, graphics, video signals, and it's right at your fingertips. The Northwestern Bell Information Network. It opens a world of possibilities. If you have information to move, nothing moves more of it to more places more quickly, more reliably than the Information Network of Northwestern Bell.
There are a lot of important elements that, when added up, make for a perfect hockey game, like talented players, enthusiastic fans, experienced referees, and, of course, one feature that's often overlooked, the ice. It's got to be nice.
Hockey, a world of frenzy and pandemonium. Vendors hawking their wares, players crashing the boards, and skate blades scraping away at the beautiful glass surface. The ice is alive, a real presence in the continuing drama. But most fans have probably never given a thought to just how that ice was made. The process begins by spraying a fine mist over concrete flooring, cooled to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Pipes under the flooring bring a supercooled brine solution from the compressor room through the rink area and back to be cooled again. With the formation of a fine layer of ice, crews begin the task of painting and putting down an even surface of white throughout the entire rink area. The paint, titanium dioxide, is used to give the whitest white for television cameras. The first coating is sealed again with ice. Then another coat of paint goes on to ensure uniform covering. Finally, the lines are painted in, and the job of building up the ice step begins. Cold water is used until a half-inch of ice is established. Then the water is heated to induce a melting and freezing situation, creating better cohesion between the layers of ice. At a depth of 1 inch, the ice is ready for the Zamboni to make its appearance.
The Zamboni is actually scraping the snow up that has been made by the skaters, and the snow goes up into the Zamboni tank itself, and then it follows that with a fresh coat of hot water with a rag behind the Zamboni to smooth it out, so we have a smooth surface to skate on. It's the smoother the surface, the better for puck handling.
Faster the game.
The faster the game, the better your game will be.
Well, when a team is down by a few goals in a hockey game, it is sometimes very difficult to come back. But one team proved ever so successfully in the 1974 tournament that if you want to win badly enough, nothing will stop you.
I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker.
Edina East entered the 1974 hockey tournament undefeated, while Sibley High School entered with the state's second-best record with only 1 loss. These two teams were matched up in the semifinals, a game to remember. The Sibley Warriors played skillfully and worked hard to rack up a 3-0 lead against the talented Hornets. Sibley took their startling 3-point lead early in the third period, and it looked bleak for the Hornets. But one should never assume anything when it comes to hockey. Craig Norwich and Tim Pavick of Edina started what was to become one of the most amazing comebacks of hockey tournament history. Norwich carried the puck in and passed to Pavick, whose shot at 5:39 of the third period zipped past Warrior goalie Paul Rutherford, breaking his goaltending spell. The goals for Edina kept coming faster and faster. Within a little over 6 minutes of playing time, the Edina Hornets had stifled Sibley's aspirations with a 5-goal blitz, leaving the stunned Sibley players with a 5-3 loss. East's come-from-behind win under pressure earned the Hornets their finest win. They went on to complete a perfect season with an easy 6-0 win over Bemidji in the championship game the next night.
And this year it's Edina leading Hibbing by the score of 4-1 as we are about to begin the third period of play. This is Hockey 84, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.